All right, take two. We are live, the Tailgate Show, post disaster recap. Welcome back to another episode of the Tailgate Show. It's Double A, it's Air Jared, it's B Diddy.
The hangover, baby.
I'm just.
Well, they answered our question real quick, didn't they?
Who answered what question, Jared?
Did we trust Matt Nagy to prepare an offense for Justin Fields?
No.
We asked that question last week, and your exact words were, hell no.
Bro, I don't trust this.
There it goes.
I don't trust this guy to do jack shit. What's the trust? What is to trust? Like, he has done nothing to earn anyone's trust. He did nothing to earn this job. He's just a fucking hype man. Like, that's all he is. And you know what? We had fun with it in 2018. 2019, it fucking all unraveled, but he reeled us back in. 2020 was just a shit show. Like, it was just like that dude got exposed. And we said on this show and we said on Twitter that Nick Foles exposed his ass. And then after Nick Foles exposed his ass, he dragged him in his presser before the OTAs or before training camp. He fucking dragged him. And he's been holding the Bears by the nuts because he's like, fuck you. You brought me here. You told me that this was going to be one thing, and it wasn't. I fucking restructured my contract, yada, 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 moved to goddamn Lake Forest or wherever the fuck. Like, picked up my family and moved them, and this guy's a fucking fraud. Nick Foles exposed him. And he basically is just like, I'm not leaving. You're not trading me unless I find a fucking perfect spot to go to, which is not Indy, by the way, because they're fucking frauds too.
I think Matt Nagy exposed himself, and he did it before Foles was here. I'm not going to go on a freaking timeline, but my timeline this season, you brought Fields in, you traded up to get him. He had all the talent. Oh, okay, sorry. I thought I was fading out or something. You're like, check. But no, he came out of college with all the talent in the world. You didn't even give him an opportunity to fight for the starting position. So you held him back there. Then you start the season, you treat him like a gadget quarterback like Taysom Hill. Okay, the development, like it's so fucked. And then you finally give him a chance to start, and you're talking about going back to Dalton before this kid even steps on the field as the starter. Then you put him out there, you handcuff him. You're almost purposely trying to fucking break this kid. And I don't understand why you're not trying to build him up. Nagy is so incompetent, man. Like, great, nice guy. That's great.
Fuck
right?
Being a nice guy.
No, I'm talking about
I'm tired of that disclaimer.
What I'm saying is the stupid ass McCaskies in their eyes. This is a nice guy, right? This is, and it's bigger than just Nagy. I get the fire Nagy. The shit ain't happening. You know it's not going to happen. Not until the end of the season. I understand it.
I don't know if the Lions embarrass them at Soldier.
I don't know, man. They've never done it. I don't see them doing it. But like
Pace. I think Pace might.
But anyway,
I
don't want to get into the I said game or whatever. But did I or did I not say that I believe Pace would fire Nagy if push comes to shove?
I say package deal with these two fucks.
That won't happen.
You brought in Mickey Loomis's caddy, essentially, and then you bring in freaking Andy Reid's realtor, and you expect them to freaking run shit. Yeah. It's dude, Pace is part of the problem. Pace is paying Mac more than.
But I'm saying to save himself, Pace will whack that guy.
The malpractice.
Start from scratch, man.
The malpractice committed on this offensive line by this coaching staff, especially and particularly this game, is unforgivable.
Harry Houston was a
problem. You didn't chip. You did. Oh yeah, Harry Houston was obvious. They should go beg that man for forgiveness. Say we are sorry for Matt Nagy's arrogance, because it showed again. His arrogance showed again, thinking that they could block these guys one-on-one.
A 39-year-old left tackle against Myles Garrett.
He thinks
one-on-one.
He always fucking thinks that his plays are so great.
Bro,
and
30
he was
dropbacks, 2 max protects.
He got fucking convinced that Justin was ready to go to do what all he fucking wants. All Nagy wants in the world is for his shining system to be redeemed, because he can't sleep at night because the only thing that he's ever known won't work here. And it's all he thinks about. He's obsessed with this idea of his system working. He's obsessed with it. And he'll do anything.
It doesn't make you much of a coach if you can't coach the talent on your fucking roster.
It's crazy. I mean, they were talking. I was listening to a clip of fucking Todd Haley was talking about how he's like, I've never been a system guy. You have to coach to your talent. There's no such thing really as there is no system that just is just a catch-all that fucking just works perfectly for all players. I mean, what the West Coast offense, did they change for Steve Young in San Francisco? Yes. They changed the fucking way that they ran things and their scheme for Steve Young because he was a drastically different quarterback than Joe Montana.
We're talking about good coaches.
I understand that, but it's but Nagy is so terrible that he would try to make Steve Young run Joe Montana shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
the biggest problem, the football guys are Pace and Nagy. Nobody above them knows anything about the fucking game, really. You got an accountant and the owner's son. Like that's a problem too. We need. I know we've been bitching about that a long time. You need a football guy in charge of the GM and
real
the head
football
coach.
Guy.
Yes,
I agree with that to some extent, but I feel like there are organizations that are kind of short. Like we're short on good examples of that. We say that.
I understand if you have a veteran GM. But you don't. Right. You have 2 young guys. You need a veteran.
Right, I'm just saying, there's this. We say that a lot. Chicago sports media says that a lot. Even national media says it a lot. You need a football czar. You need a guy. What are the organizations that are the model for this? I'm asking. Seriously. What are the organizations that we feel are the model for this idea?
I don't give a fuck.
I know, but I don't know how realistic it is. I know it. Number one, Ted Phillips ain't going nowhere. Until Ted Phillips leaves in a box, he's not going anywhere.
I'm saying when you put 2 young guys, a GM and a coach that are only in their early 40s, right? But he was younger when he got here or whatever. Right. You put an experienced football person, someone for them to be accountable to.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion. I don't care. I don't care who's doing it. The copycat bullshit's not my thing. So
there's a few things. Go ahead.
I get the general idea of what the idea was with the offense was to spread them out and give Justin running lanes, but the whole premise is that you have to have a lineman that can block that. And we don't have a lineman that can block that. You've got Mustafa who can't he can't create push. He just never has. That's why on 4th and 2, when we were deep in the red zone, they didn't go for it. Why? Because they were shut down more than once. They were shut down twice 2 weeks ago.
I'm just so fucking tired.
That whole thing I was just talking about, they brought in how many senior advisors for Nagy, senior advisors for this and that. That's what I'm talking about. Bring in a guy that you're accountable to. I don't.
Because Nagy is the fucking Wizard of Oz. Don't look behind the curtain. He is a fucking fraud. He is a fucking fraud. He's a hype man. He's just boom and and players coach and this and that. And please, and we've said this on this show, but I have to fucking say one thing. Stop with this leader of men bullshit. Those are professional, disciplined players, and they are leading themselves through this shit. So cut the bullshit with this he's such a great leader of men. No. Pace, you say what you want about him. He has a lot of quality individuals in that locker room.
We're going to find out.
They are fucking
this game.
Yeah, we are.
How good he is, because this is one of those games where you lose your fucking locker room.
But what that looks like with this squad is different than some others, and everybody, you know, the fucking easy comparison is Trestman, this, that. Nagy hasn't approached Trestman's offense. Trestman fucking got Josh McCown playing lights out. Okay,
right.
Trestman had a bunch of bad dudes on his roster, who, as soon as shit started to crumble, they started swinging sledgehammers.
He wasn't that dude to put him in line, though.
He wasn't, but it's about the players. Like, I'm so tired of this, like, this fucking talk as if these NFL coaches are just gods. Like, you know, it's about the fucking players. Now it's the GM's job to bring those players in, but I'm just sick of every fucking coach getting credit for these guys being disciplined professionals who, you know, who are doing what it takes to fucking get shit done. And if things go south, they don't go south with it. So, you know, the defense showed up. I mean, Robert Quinn, ironically, everything else is going to shit, but Robert Quinn is not. Robert Quinn is, you know, is producing.
What do you got,
But
Jeff?
I see a lot of dick sucking of the defense on Twitter, and motherfuckers gave up 215 rushing yards. Okay, like, so miss me, and Eddie Jackson was hot trash again. So miss me with the whole, the defense. The defense did enough to keep them in the game, and the offense was a horror show. But the defense certainly got fucking, you know, got pushed around and they let Baker make some plays on them. I mean, I'm not blaming the defense.
To go back to your original point about professionals acting professional, you got to look at Roquan and Robert Quinn's post-game comments. You know, they could have easily been like, fuck this offense or whatever, but they didn't. Right. You know, they towed the professional line. Now, as far as the defense goes, when you're giving up twice as many plays, you're going to get tired.
Yeah, they
did not create a turnover. They did not split the field. I get where you're saying that.
They can't close.
But this is one game you can't shit on the defense.
I'm just saying 215 yards rushing is pretty fucking crazy. Like, that's all. I'm not blaming the defense for this at all. The offense. Why do we have to be historically bad at so much shit? If there's a historical incompetence stat, the Bears will find it and just annihilate it. Like, they'll be like, oh, hold my fucking beer. Whatever stat you can think of that illustrates how bad the Bears are at something offensively, they will find that stat and drill down on it and say, no more. Now we own this too.
Not to say I told you so, but when we did the game preview, JR asked the question, what are the two most important players on offense to you? And I said, it's the whole offensive line.
Right.
And there you go. They set the tone, man. And this offensive line, I mean, Cap ended up reporting that there were players standing over field saying, is the game still slow for you now? And the offensive linemen, if they heard that shit, man, like they need to play with more heart too. They're getting fucking manhandled.
Yep.
Totally and honestly, man, going forward, like the four players that I would build this team around, and everybody else is expendable, in my opinion, because we need to free up Cap and all that shit. You got freaking Fields, Montgomery, Jalen, and Roquan. Everybody else, you got it. It's unfortunate, but like,
yeah, I can get behind that. I think Mooney, I would possibly throw in there.
Yeah,
I think I would throw Mooney in there.
I'm sure
I would go up to 5. No, but I don't think I'd go much more than 5. I'm not saving Kmet. Like, if we have to gather up, if we have to play,
I have nothing to say. Yeah. I have nothing to
like you're going down on a Titanic and you have to save the Bears and you have one fucking boat and you can take 5 people on it. That's who I'm fucking taking. That's
Jimmy Graham, bro. I want to see Jesse James in there. You need the help for blocking. Jesus.
Well,
like,
once again,
he right back Garrett unblocked.
We saw this bullshit last year with Nagy. Like, he is he just doesn't know what the fuck is going on. That, as I said before, the game starts and he gets caught up in the waves and he just gets washed ashore. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on and he's just fucking calling plays. I mean, they really...
And they weren't allowing Justin Audible either.
I mean, I didn't even. I just saw the headline, but there was some article in the Sun Times like 4 days ago that was like,
they've created
the offense. Look, You were a complete robot. Whatever you just said. Say it again.
They created a whole offense.
I can't understand you. What Jared's saying, I think, is that the article in the Sun-Times said that they created an entire new playbook for Justin Fields that looks nothing like what Andy Dalton was doing.
It looked like
correct.
If they fucking did that, if they really did that, and that's what they came up with, fucking like everyone's key cards can just get erased. Like fucking criminal shit, bro. Criminal what they did to this kid.
It just pisses me off, man. We finally got the quarterback that I legitimately think is going to be a franchise guy, and they're just, I mean, this is how you fucking bring him in. Like, fuck, man. Like, fuck.
And you
Nagy.
get him hurt. You get him injured.
Right.
And now you're talking, you don't know who the quarterback's going to be. Motherfucker, you put Justin in, you let him redeem himself, even amongst all your bullshit.
If you can. You don't even know if you can.
It sounds like he's going to be able to play.
His hand will be all right. I think it was his left hand anyway, wasn't it?
No, it was his throwing hand, I thought.
It was his throwing hand.
And, you know, later in the game, guys, I don't know what you guys think, but, like, when I saw the Wildcat, I'm thinking, okay, maybe Laser is calling the plays at this point because that's a Laser thing. I hope that's the case. I hope he fucking understands that he just needs to be a head coach. I don't want him here, but we're stuck with him for now.
How is it the defensive coaches that get head coaches jobs have decent offenses? And all you have to do is look in the fucking division. Look at the Vikings.
Jay. We had Lovey here. We couldn't find a fucking good OC.
That was a little different era, though, I feel like. This is so ridiculous. It's so fucking Bears. It's so trash.
And I like the Dabble talk, to be honest. Dable or whatever, he comes from freaking Belichick and Saban tree. I think he'd be great.
I'm good with Dable. Fucking.
I don't know if I want another guy in here calling plays.
Joe Brady.
Give me somebody off that Shanahan tree.
And I'd be fine with Dave Tobe, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess. I
feel like he's the assistant head coach of Kansas City. I know, like, I
don't want Kansas City though.
I get that.
I know he's as much a former Bear as anything.
Yeah,
but I really want to stay away from Kansas City because, Kansas City, and I think they'll be fine. They lost a big game to the Chargers, but the luster is off them a little bit. Then the luster is off that offense.
Imagine having Brandon Staley still in house. Oh, wait.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing is, and I said this, you said that on Twitter, and I said that back to you that, like, if you're not in the inner circle jerk of these fucking dudes, they don't care. They don't know what the fuck else is.
Nagy doesn't want somebody here that's going to replace him.
Like, they would never have even given Sean Desai. They would never have given Sean Desai a look if they hadn't have been so embarrassed about letting Staley go. Sean Desai's another guy that's been there for 9 fucking years and they don't do anything. They barely recognize talent in their own fucking building because they're so busy. Nagy's in his fucking serial killer play card room,
And Desai's been good, man.
Yeah.
Yes. He's got them looking interesting. He's fucking doing lots of different cool things to get guys going.
And Robert
Quinn is a thing.
Yeah. Any issues that are on defense right now are talent and, effort related. Like nothing's going on from a play calling or a scheme thing right now. The issues that you're seeing, and Deion Bush is another guy that I feel like, why hasn't he gotten a chance? Like, we really had to watch Ha Clinton Dix for a year.
He started off, he ran that ball right down. That was an impressive play in the beginning of the game.
Right.
Deion.
Let's give it up for
he's good, but I think he's another guy that it's like, oh, he's good, but we can't really let him, can't let him get in there. It's like, why? Why do we have to fucking, can't find our ass with both hands up there? Like, I don't understand.
Jalen Johnson's into that guy too. He is that corner that we've been wanting forever. He travels with the number one receiver.
Odell worked him once, but he played well.
Yeah, he played great. He almost he should have had an interception on the sideline if he just squeezes the ball and holds it. Changes the game.
And then again you look at it, it's like, well, imagine if Jalen develops and we still had Kyle. Like,
Phil Dorr's struggling a little bit, man.
He's a second-year player. He went to fucking Valdosta State. He's playing so far above his head right now, but he's not an NFL corner yet. I mean, he's like a mid-level NFL corner. And the problem is that now that Jalen has a rep as being shut down, they're just not going to throw to him anymore. So everybody else is going to get a lot more targets. It's going to be like Kyle, and they're going to have to find ways to move Jalen around and let him, find ways to make him plays because they're not going to target him.
Correct.
Just playing on the O-line, though, my God. Like, it's just bad.
Trash. And Cleveland took it fucking personal, and they were like, "Fuck this kid." Like, they're like, "We're gonna send a message," and they sent a message. And Nagy is lucky that he didn't get this kid killed.
The message Nagy could have sent is when we got down near the end zone. Fucking go for it. That could build momentum.
No. They weren't gonna do that. They weren't gonna do that on 4th and 2.
I would have.
He doesn't
they
know.
Weren't.
He doesn't know his ass from a hole.
Because that offensive line gets zero push. None. When they know it's 4th and short, they are not going to do it anymore. Because they tried it like 3 times and got 0 yards and been stuffed. What are they, 0 for 3 on 4th and short? Nagy made the right call by kicking that field goal and making it a 7-point game. Because he knows his offensive line sucks.
Not the way
that's why. I don't have a problem with that at that time. They were in that game still as bad as everything looked.
They never gotten sniffing distance that close though. I would have went for it just to build the momentum if they got it.
That honestly, that's no. I respect your opinion, but like you needed to get something. That field goal.
That was something. The offense finally started clicking. This is what pisses me off about Nagy. We got down there, right? But you just don't let them put it away. You go on.
They got a fucking penalty. They weren't clicking. They got a penalty. They got a pass interference.
The ball a little bit at that point.
That drive was like 40 yards of that was like the fucking pass interference penalty, which was questionable as fuck, by the way. Like, we got bailed out on that call.
But you
Fields threw it to somewhere between Mooney and A-Rob, and the guy kind of extended his arms. They didn't even need to.
That was the closest we got to the end zone.
I agree, but the offense was not clicking by any stretch of the imagination.
As many dumb-ass times he's gone for it, why not there?
Because you make it a 7-point game.
Because your offense is going to get back down there when they haven't been down there all fucking day, right?
Well, that's the kind of move that we would have killed him for, last week, 2 weeks ago.
Or your defense gets a turnover. Or your defense gets a turnover and takes one in the house, which could be a thought. I'm just telling you that I can get into that mindset where Nagy was on 4th and 2 and be like, well, we've done this 3 times. It's not worked. We've gotten stuffed at the point of attack repeatedly because my center can't push fucking anybody. My guard lays. My right tackle takes a step to the right.
Your voice is gone.
I wish Nagy would sound like that during the pressers. It'd be more easier to stomach.
Sorry.
It's all right. He's fucking broken, and no, he was never fixed. Like, people are like, oh, Mitch broke Nagy. He was never fixed. This was never a finished product. This was never a legitimate anything. Nagy was never a legitimate anything. He won the fucking meetings. He says all the right shit. He's a snake oil salesman.
I think Mitch would have had a better shot with a good coach.
Oh, for sure. If they had been
he was perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but now the truthers have some validity.
Dable exposed Nagy too on that front. But and if they had legitimately installed an offense to suit Mitch right away, I guarantee you he would have been way better than he was. I mean,
Nagy doesn't know anything but read. That's the problem. Nagy doesn't know how to coach to his players' strengths. Dobble does. He's from that Belichick.
No, Nagy, and he's so unconfident in it that he can't stay with it. So whenever they've changed the offense, it's been other people doing it. And he doesn't feel comfortable to run it because, it's just
everything's on the table though.
It's like I was really hoping that when he was late for that presser, that it was like, oh, maybe they fucking grew some balls. You know, like it's just. I mean, fuck that dude. Like really,
it needs to be. It needs
how
to
the
be
fuck
laser, man.
How you gonna sit up there and talk the same shit? This, they care, and are you fucking kidding me? Like, shut the fuck up, Nagy.
The Y's and Olin absolutely freaking killed it. Just look in the mirror and write Y over it.
Olin took him down for sure. I will say Olin is awful quiet about how much Sam Mustipher fucking sucks.
Yeah,
he's got a lot to say about everybody but Sam, because Sam's his boy.
I think they dropped the ball by getting away from developing Daniels.
They've never had the ball. They can't even drop the ball because they've never had the fucking ball. They don't like. It's just fucking garbage. Like everywhere you turn, and I'm so sick of everything having to be this biblical, historical, never before seen bottom of the like. It the only way that could have gone worse for Fields' debut is if he had gotten really hurt.
And
that's the only way. He didn't get really hurt.
Hurt enough to get X-rays.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but I mean,
and then the dumbass coach isn't gonna just admit that he's gonna start him the following week. It's like you're gonna let him play in that shit show, right? And then you're not gonna let him redeem himself. So that's gonna be his last freaking game before when? That's what's pissing me off. Like he has no feel for anything. I don't want him to break Fields, man. I just don't. I'm afraid he's going to ruin Fields.
Isn't he supposed to be a quarterback guy?
Absolutely, he's going to ruin Fields.
I hope not. I hope Justin's good enough to just survive him. But
I mean, I don't know.
I just can't. I didn't even want to do the pod tonight, man. I'm fucking just so disappointed in what I saw out there. I mean, you set this kid up for failure from the get-go, from the time he got here. You're not good enough to start. Like, why are you trying to humble a freaking dynamic quarterback coming out of college, excited to be in the NFL, and you're trying to give him this like humbling experience? Fuck you, Nagy. Like, you didn't let him fucking run with the ones at all in training camp. Like
it almost seemed purposeful.
I've heard that take, but why the fuck would you sabotage your career like that?
It's not purposeful, but it's intentional. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. It isn't. Like it's not like he's really trying to self-sabotage. It's just
for Dalton. Like, my God, if he's doing that, if they find that out, shit can him now. Like,
just everyone says it's intentional. Yes, it's intentional. Like, he means to do it, but it is not intentionally self-sabotaging. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what's so fucked up about it, is that he has conviction about his horrible ideas. Like, he really, really thinks there is some merit to what they were doing with Dalton. Like, he really, really thought that. And it goes back to his insane desire to see this offense work. Basically,
I didn't even see a quick game. I didn't even see, like, the guys running.
There was no attempt at that. Like, stop. Everyone needs to stop with the screens. Nagy's never been able to install them, run them, or coach them.
It's brutal, bro. You watch these other games. It's like they make it look easy.
Everybody runs screens. Every fucking mid-level Every mid-level college team with a fucking, like glorified converted tight end playing quarterback can run screens. This team, nope. The offensive line has never been able to handle what the fuck to do on screens.
And A-Rob, put you on blast too, bro. Block, bro. Like, you want to get paid?
Fuck A-Rob. A-Rob's fucking dead to me. Like, he's not a guy who's gonna just beat his man so badly.
There was not a lot of separation. There were a couple instances where guys were open, but man,
there's no fucking separation.
Oh, if they can they just run sticks routes just a few more times? I'd love to watch it.
Well, that's what happens though, is that they're just gonna sit back and wait. They're happy. They're happy to. It's the same shit they did when Mitch was trying to run the system. They're like, yeah, fucking great. Throw it right in here. Throw it right on the seams. Throw it right underneath us. Please, we're begging you. Please throw it in like, please hit that 8-yard fucking slant or dig. We would love it because we're going to fucking kill you when you catch it, or we're going to sack your ass.
Biscuit sent me a tweet on Twitter. The account is at Bears Are Ass, and it says Justin Fields wide receivers were open on 29% of plays, worst in NFL. His O-line allowed a 50% pressure rate, worst in NFL, and his play caller got him outside the pocket 6% of the dropbacks. Sorry, Justin.
Like,
there you go.
How can you fucking sleep at night, Nagy, when you put him out there as this gadget, Taysom Hill, fucking running quarterback, Cordarrelle Patterson? I don't know what the fuck he was doing.
Hated that shit, man. We hated that shit.
But okay, so you were able to do that with Fields, but now that Fields is a starter, this is what you fucking did? I mean, it's literally criminal. It's psychopathic behavior. It is sociopathic.
He is.
He's psychopathic. Yeah.
They're sitting there on their off.
You gotta turn your video. Sorry, Jer. That sucks. Jer's audio is trash. Sorry, bro. Cornfield internet. Don't buy it. It's just, dude.
Jer looks like me after that game last night.
Yeah. It's criminal fucking behavior. Like, it's criminal fucking behavior what Nagy did. It's fireable behavior in an organization with a fucking normal, like, dude who can't, or a person who's in charge and has to be a dude who would not accept that type of criminal act to be done to your franchise. Like, he would be fucking fired. He needs to be fucking fired for the sake of Justin Fields, for the sake of the fan base. And I said this, you fucking give Mike Pettin the job. You fucking make Bill Lazor the offensive coordinator. You or DeFlippo, and you let DeFlippo call the plays. I don't care. Let those guys fucking figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, Lazor is fucking sick of Nagy's shit. I don't think DeFlippo is, because he's his boy.
He's had some hard times in the pressers trying to keep his, like, biting his tongue, man. He's
so obvious. Like, he fucking, he's so bad at hiding it. He's so sick of Nagy's bullshit. Like, everybody knows this dude's full of shit. Oh, he's going to lose the locker room. What does that even mean?
I agree with Fire Nagy. I just don't, with this organization, I don't see it.
Right. Well, and that's the problem, is that, like, we always have to go back to, well, we've witnessed another historical failure of epic proportions that should result in something. But these fucking weirdos won't do anything.
And the Bears Twitter account at one point actually posted Cleveland touchdown. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, help yourself. Yeah, shout out to fucking Jen to Lucky for getting out while the getting was good. Because, bro, it's dark.
It's brutal.
And fuck them. Fuck the Bears for fucking getting us all hyped again. Fuck Nagy for giving us the blue balls and not letting this kid get any fucking reps. And not letting him fucking play, and then you threw him into a fucking meat grinder. And you were like, yeah, sit there and spin.
And you know what he had to say about it in the presser? I learned that he's tough. Fuck you, Nagy.
You already fucking knew that. Yeah, so he didn't have any, he didn't turn, he didn't get frustrated. He didn't fucking, he didn't fucking have any turnovers. Oh, what a fucking victory.
I mean, some of this shit might work with a dumb fan base. We're not a dumb fan base. We might disagree, but we're pretty damn intelligent fan base. And I mean, he was saying shit last week before the game. Oh, we didn't realize how good he was. We did.
He's a fucking clown. He's a fucking clown. And sorry, Mitch. I think we all owe Mitch a fucking apology. Not like he was without blame, but like it's become very apparent who the fuck was to blame, and it wasn't Mitch, and it's not fucking Mitch. Like,
and the McCaskies want to preserve this kid. I understand. I understand the whole hashtag fire Nagy. I do. I just don't think this organization has the balls to do it.
But they really fucking should.
I agree.
Whoa, it's Air Jer again. Air Jer from inside of his vehicle.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
It's better.
It's better.
What about the second
Air Jer? You don't sound like an evil robot. Yeah, we gotta get rid of the other Air Jer.
I don't know. There we go.
Give it a go, brother. We can hear you better than you don't sound like an evil robot.
It looks like he's on that Raul cam.
Yeah. No, it's way better than that.
Fucking Duck Dynasty, bro.
Hell yeah, brother. What's up, brother? Got Jer out smoking in the rig. That's fucking badass. Fuck. Back to my earlier statement of fuck Nagy. But really, fuck Nagy. Like, really, though. Like, really, really, truly fuck that dude. Like, it is. Looking where we're at. He brought out all the fucking... He came out cliches blazing, bro. And shout out to Flo's Joe Louis Andolini from Twitter, from Barbershop Net, 79th and Hallis. He asked a great question. He went out to the game. He's covering the team. Fucking asked a great question. He was like, you've talked about this whole, everything's on the table before. Basically, I'm paraphrasing like crazy. It was worded a lot better than I'm doing it justice. He basically was like, what's the difference this time around with this fucking, we're going to look at everything. We're going to self-examine. He's been saying the same thing. We're going to self-scout. We're going to examine. We're going to fucking be, we're going to be fucking us and all this bullshit. He's been saying the same bullshit.
They're upstairs figuring it out right now.
Yeah, and
it's like that.
He said he had a good phone conversation with Justin.
It's like we got two of our best men on it right now. And it's like two fat guys sitting on the playbook.
Yeah, exactly. And Justin, you know what? Like, Justin's a tough kid. This experience was clearly hard for him. I don't think he learned anything from it other than that Nagy sucks. I think, though, he will be fine, but I do think that things like this are damaging, You're
going to force this kid to see ghosts. Even the best. I don't care who was back there yesterday. There was nothing he could have done.
You saw it in the game.
What quarterback could have survived? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's just like when Jay got fucking crushed for 10 sacks and a half.
Against the Giants, yeah.
It was just, it's just like an avalanche. Every fucking play, it's like in Tecmo when they pick the right play and all the guys just burst through the line and it's just like, tweet, 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 it's all over. That's how it was. He was getting fucking rocked.
But this is like high school football shit. You help out the guys if they're struggling. You put the double tight ends in. There was no chipping. Come on.
What you don't do is do the same shit for there were only 45 plays.
And that's the psychotic part of Nagy. He's like, we're going to roll with our 5.
Because he thinks that his schemes are so fucking hype and so great that he's going to hit one. He's still thinking in this fucking mentality. Yeah, it's Bryson. We were talking about this earlier. Mustapher is a big problem, a real big problem. And I fucking had to say
he got pushed right over like nothing.
And I've been trying to defend the kid because I like him. We've pushed for Mustapher and Bars to be something for a while.
2 years ago and the year prior, I said he sucked. Last
You're
year,
right.
he showed something.
Right.
Against a shit schedule, our O line looked decent.
Yep.
Right.
So we got high on our own supply.
As usual.
Yep.
I mean, this fucking organization.
But honestly, I wouldn't mind moving James Daniels back to center or Cody and putting Bars in that guard. Get Mustafa out of there.
Put Bars at center. Fuck it. Can't be much worse.
Well, it's Bryson. Olin loves Musty. Yeah. Mustafa is Olin's client.
Yeah, but Olin loved Daniels too. He was talking about how elite he was getting to the second level when he first got here. So
right, but you guys have to understand that like Mustafa pays Olin to coach him. Like it's yeah. Well, whatever. But I'm just saying, like there's a professional relationship there, so it's not even like just on some like he's a homer type of shit or he's a he stand guy. So he, and there is that because Olin is very loyal to Harry, and fucking, and he's obviously, likes Bars and Musfer because of that. But like, it's a professional relationship too. So it's like, but Olin went in. He just he hasn't called anybody out specifically, but he's talked about how the O-line is, is not good enough. They don't spend it. They haven't spent any money on it. Like we have like fucking like
they gave you the blueprint on how to destroy us. You just freaking you freaking send the house. You're gonna see a stack eight in the box now and trying to stop Monty and getting Justin's face or whoever's back there.
And why wouldn't you? Like, but every fucking normal coach in the world knows what to do when teams are doing that, and not Nagy though. Like. Not Nagy. Just obvious shit.
No, at the least, he needs to give up play calling because I don't see him he's not going to be fired. So at the least, give up play calling and just be a head coach.
That's the only thing that's going to happen. He should be fucking fired. It's easiest decision. You just nip this shit in the bud. Like, if you just... When people show you who they are, you fucking say thank you and you keep it moving. Like, you don't stick around and go, well, maybe they can be something else. And people on Twitter, whatever, it's social media, it's fucking bullshit, but like, people don't understand. They're like, oh, it's not all Nagy's fault. Yes, it fucking is. Because number one, Nagy is the fucking boss. Number two, we've seen this shit before. Like, this was Fields' first game, so we're not going to judge him like we judged Mitch or like we judged Nagy because that's completely asinine.
No, somehow Fields didn't freaking throw any interceptions. Somehow.
It is a systemic problem. It's a systemic problem. It's the system. It's the coach. It's every coach that's underneath him except for the defensive side. This is a systemic issue on offense.
It's a pace issue too.
Correct.
I think it's a pace issue in the sense because he criminally has neglected the offensive line.
He flew out. He flew around with Nagy. He wooed Nagy. This was his coach after Fox was forced on him. He's not bringing in the right guys. It's on pace too.
It's irrelevant right now, but I just had to throw in there that fucking Chris Ballard is wildly overrated. And they're on 3. They look like trash. They've spent a bunch of draft picks on Carson Wentz, who fucking sucks, and everybody knows he sucks. And they ain't got shit. Like, they haven't won shit. Everybody loves to be on Chris Ballard's nuts as like the one that got away because he didn't want to. He said he wouldn't work with Ted. That's his claim to fucking fame. He ain't done shit either. Now, that doesn't mean Pace is good, but I just had to fucking throw that out there. I'm tired of everybody holding up Chris Ballard like he's
I didn't bring him up.
I know, but people bring him up all the time. And I think he's showing, like, let's not forget that he wanted Josh McDaniel, and McDaniel backed out, and fucking Reich fell into his lap. Like, don't act like it's like some fucking genius
Josh McDaniels is an interesting name, man. I know, like, he got a bad rap in Denver and whatever, but like even Jay was saying, the guy's smart. He's going to be a good head coach someday. And they had beef.
He has yet to.
He's young, bro. Wasn't he like the youngest head coach in NFL history?
Give me a defensive coach that's smart enough not to fuck with the offense and let him just the defense is here.
Right, but the problem is here, and this is why the trend happened. Is that then they go on to become the head coaches. They get snatched up. And so you lose them. So these NFL teams went on a fucking freak out and started hiring every hot... I mean, dude, Cliff Kingsbury... The way that Cliff Kingsbury got fucking hired is bananas, bro. Like
we just continue to hire the wrong ones.
Right. Like we just keep missing. We're trying. They're fucking trying. They just don't... They never hit. And so they finally hit on a fucking quarterback, and this is what we do with him. Because Nagy, it's not good enough for Nagy to have a generational type talent, right? And to let him shine on his own merits. He has to get this fucking kid to shine in Nagy's system so that he can justify his fucking precious system. Which to this point has proven to be nothing but hot fucking
and we
garbage.
Still don't know what his system is.
What is it?
We don't.
Right. What is it?
Crap.
Hot fucking trash. Like, I mean, is your system fucking whack ass, like trick plays? Like, that's the only thing. I mean, and how quick did this, did the fucking luster come off of those things? I mean, we were fucking over those so fast.
And I agree with that comment in the chat, but we don't have one, so you have to coach to your talent, and he just can't fucking do it.
Yeah, it's Bryson says Nagy's offense is built for a great offensive line. I mean, what fucking offense isn't? Like, I mean, everybody needs a great offensive line.
The great coaches adjust to the talent they have.
Yeah,
it's very simple.
In game, they sometimes do it.
Holy shit!
Belichick will fucking completely change his shit. I've said this many times before.
He's going into the playoffs and become a power run team, and that's it. Like,
like it's like, guess what? I'm gonna give the ball to Cordero Patterson. Guess what? We're gonna do nothing but throw to Gronk. Guess what? And it's not just those guys. I mean, whether it was fucking back in the day, Corey Dillon or fucking, I mean, you name it. That guy can take whatever fucking roster you give him and figure out a way to win with him. And Josh McDaniels is a part of that. So,
And Dable was a part. He won 5. He was there for 5 Super Bowls.
Yeah, I mean, I want Dable. I would be fucking stoked with him. I don't even know. I mean, I think that if they lose to the Lions at home,
oh God.
I think it's over. But the question then becomes is like, if they won't fire him in season, what do you really want? Do you really want Fields out there in this shit show? Like,
I just don't. I want Justin to start. I want him to get the experience, and I'm not gonna. I want him to look good, man. Like, despite
right,
Nagy.
But do you want him, like, if you want him to go out there and try to run what they tried to run against the Browns again?
No,
you can't run that again.
You got to get play calling to Laser. You got to. He's actually shown that he has a feel. He can get things going and understand a flow a little bit.
I just think
way more than Nagy.
Nagy's already had his nuts chopped once, and now he's fucking gonna throw them on the chopping block again, and we're supposed to believe in this guy, like.
He's got to give a play calling, dude. I just because I understand, I just don't think he's getting fired. I agree with everybody.
I agree, but I don't know. Like,
the play calling needs to be.
Hopefully somebody above him has the fucking. I mean, I hope that Ryan Pace is smart enough to go, bro. If you don't give up fucking play calling, I am going to have to fire you. Like, it's really to that point now, dude. Like. We were made men, and Nagy unmade them with that game. I mean, I was never, and we've said it many times that we don't think they were on the hot seat. Nagy is squarely on the fucking hot seat right now.
Gotta be.
And it's the McCaskey hot seat, so it may not be in season. They're not going to be fast enough for us.
Yeah, it's like a comfortable massage chair.
But Pace will fucking do anything he can to keep his sweet little gig. Because I'll tell you what, Nagy will work again. Nagy will go back to quarterback coaching, and he will work his way fucking up again. No problem. Pace, I don't know where Pace goes from here.
I'll tell you what, if Pace doesn't fire him in season, Pace it's a package deal.
Absolutely. And so that's why I'm saying I wouldn't be shocked.
This is if things continue to go this way. If you do what you did against Cleveland, against Detroit, shit is gonna get fucking dark.
I mean, and that's what I'm saying is that Pace is gonna fucking put two in him, like real quiet, to save his own fucking job, dude. Like and
you would hope.
And that's how it has to trickle down. The McCaskey, like Phillips or McCaskey, needs to go to Pace and say, "Dude, you don't get rid of this dude. You're going with him."
Right. Well, then it's Bryson said Pace will be a scout again. Yeah. So he'll fall fucking far. Like there's no, he hasn't done enough, in my opinion. Even though he was executive of the year or whatever that bullshit was, like he hasn't done enough to be able to bounce around.
Oh, yet. Scout, sure.
But,
you bring in Louis Riddick and Dable, and let's go.
I don't know about Riddick, man. I'm good on Riddick. He's a great talker. I think he's very smart. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Fucking David Carr, Derek. I always call him David Carr. Derek Carr is making fucking, Mike Mayock look like a genius.
I was screaming for him the last couple off seasons, man.
Exactly, dude. Like anybody that hates on that guy.
I was getting Cam kickback.
Yeah. Like Carr, if you when you give Carr fucking talent around him, when you protect him and now he has one of the best tight ends in the league and he's got a couple of receivers now with Rieger, dude, that guy Amari Cooper was dropping so many passes. Carr is fucking great, and we've been fucking saying it for years. And it's like, oh no, we don't want Carr. Like fuck Raiders fans that hate Carr, and fuck Bears fans that would ever be so fucking ridiculously prideful that they say something
guys like
we don't
want
Carr.
I'm talking guys like Dalton and Foles, Carr over them, but not Fields. I think has a shitload of potential, man. I just like I said. If they ruin this kid, my God, like,
they and what you said and what we've said about is he talented enough to be
overcome
unruinable.
Not with that O-line.
That's some epic fucking bullshit. Like the wave of bullshit that hit was so insane that I'm not certain anymore. And I don't know I don't know how much I want him to go back out there right now in those circumstances.
I want him to be able to have the opportunity to redeem himself. I do. I don't think I just think it sets a bad tone for him starting out playing in an absolute shit show and not being able to get the chance to correct what he
I agree. I just hope Nagy I agree, but I hope Nagy sees it that way. It's Bryson says if they ruin him, I'm done being a Bears fan. I'm dead serious. Yeah, man. I'm with you. Like we've been wanting this dude forever. We've been wanting Fields forever, like way back.
I understand. I understand that feeling, but I don't think it. God, I don't want to think about that, because Fields is a guy I've been wanting here since January, dude. And to see what they set him up with, I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to talk tonight, man. My whole day was shit.
I just don't understand. Make it make sense. Like if you went out there and all he did was run boots and wildcat, and I'd be like, okay, that's kind of ridiculous, but fuck it, If it worked,
no creativity. There was no creativity. It just
Like he really like.
And that's the thing. So like him switching it up is just crazy ass shit. Like you could switch things up with simple football. It doesn't have to be like Santa's sleigh. You know what I mean?
But they literally like. Can I just tell you that they don't practice simple football?
They need to get back to fundamentals because these motherfuckers are horrible up front.
They don't practice it. They don't do any of that shit. All they fucking want to run, all they want to run and practice is his bullshit. They're not running screens. I mean, this is a team that needs to spend like 3 full practices on fucking screens.
Yeah.
They don't see that shit. They don't care about that shit. They don't know it. They don't drill it. Nagy would rather come up with some fucking trick play than run the fucking plays that have been working for 100 years. You know, he'll run the T formation if it's cute, you know, and he'll show up
thinking about historical relevance than actually simple football.
Like, he is a fucking fraud. He is a fucking snake oil salesman fraud. Showing up in his little fucking hat. You know, he's such a snake oil salesman, bro. He puts up that Virginia and makes everybody fucking, cry about Virginia every fucking year in the training camp. Like, he's just so perfect at fucking keeping his job, and Pace is the same fucking way. They've got those simps up there in fucking, Hallis Hall just so wrapped. Like, they're so wrapped.
Chasing great.
Yeah, it's like every fucking year, some new cornball slogan. Like,
the wise.
Bro, we're sweeping the sheds. I mean, get the fuck out of here.
How do you
Udonis Haslam? What the fuck did Udonis Haslam say to them? Like, fuck out of here with that shit. Even fucking Giannis. Giannis, his speech was all right. Like,
if you're the coach of this team, how do you fix it? Where do you start?
I start by giving laser play calling.
Okay. What do you do with the offensive line?
I go to Juan Castillo to get your shit together. You're out the fucking door.
I think if Borum's healthy, he's got to play. I think you put Alex Bars at center immediately. I think if Fetty or Peters goes to the bench, probably Peters. I guess. I don't know.
And like Olin said, I look
it's
in the
not
fucking
Peters'
mirror
fault.
And I put Y above it.
Peters has played well.
He tried to cut him twice. He tried to cut block that dude twice and missed twice.
Peters is old fat man.
Pounds. He's 6'12" and 700 pounds and can't cut Myles Garrett.
I know. He's left on a.
Get out of here.
Okay, fine. So you bench him and you put Borum in.
Orlando Pace 2.0.
And you put fucking Bars at center or Daniels, probably Bars because I think he's had more recent reps.
It should be an open competition on the offensive line. Simmons, come on up. Hambright, come on up. Bars, come on up. Let's see what the fuck you got.
Bro, I don't want to see Simmons.
I don't want to see
Hambright.
Jerry, they want to be great though.
They care.
They do.
They do care. Mm-hmm.
Well, and then Brayson's saying that's on me, that falls on me. Nagy says all that shit. How though? How does it fall on you? When does the accountability actually come? Like,
we got to.
When does it come? We're learning. What a learning experience this was. If what you learn from this is not that everything you're doing is fucking wrong, then you learned nothing. Like, you've learned nothing.
That's why the move needs to be give Laser the play calling and change shit up. Because
the move needs to be to get that fuck out of there. But yes, the only move that's realistic because of who we're dealing with from an ownership standpoint is that.
Yep. If I see that Denny's menu in his hand, they drop the ball.
Yeah, dude, go sit in the fucking booth, Nagy, and fucking turn off that guy's headset. You know what I mean? Like, turn it the fuck off. Like, you make him think he's still talking. But like seriously, like just leave him be the coach in name only, and then
you let him do the rah-rah speech.
And can I just say that speech that they put up from the other end of the other game was fucking lame. Like, him talking about Roquan and yeah, like being like. Did you notice that they purposely shot it so that no players were visible? Because I guarantee you, those dudes were eye rolling like fucking wild at that dude. Like they don't do that. Every time we've seen the videos, it's like, look at all the players, look how excited they are. And it's like, and part of me is like, maybe they're just, they didn't do that because dudes were like, half naked or whatever in the locker room. But I'm just saying, like, every time they've had one of these hype videos and the Bears are a fucking hype machine, they've showed the players getting into it, right? We got a tight shot of Nagy. Yeah, we got a tight shot of Nagy acting like a weirdo. Yeah! Like fucking being a weirdo, bro. Club dub. There needs to be a fucking terrible fire in Club Dub.
Dude.
Like a nightclub fire. Greek lightning needs to strike Club Dub.
And it's just, at the same time, it's just so Bears. Like, you finally get this guy that everybody's behind. So the whole fan base is so fucking hyped. And this is what
we just can't. I mean, like, it's just not for us.
Nope.
Like, and everybody, and like to a man, everybody fucking is just trashing Nagy, and they're correct. To the point where, like, Zimmerman trolled everybody by fucking saying that he supports Nagy, and here's a video showing why. And Twitter nobody even clicked on it. No, nobody even clicked on the link because they were just so mad. Our boy Nelson blocked Zimmerman, was like, fuck anybody that supports Nagy. Fuck that motherfucker. Blocked. Let me show the thing. And it's like, dude put a fucking Rick rolled video up, dude. Like, and I was mad, and you put it in the chat, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I started getting mad, and I was like, wait, let me click on it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna take my time. Maybe he is really defending Nagy. That's fucked up.
No,
and then it was like, I was like, this motherfucker.
Yeah, nobody
comments are hot.
Nobody has a feel for sarcasm on Twitter anymore. Like,
nope.
Yeah, Bryson, we do remember the boom dance, and we all loved it, and we all did it. So don't lie on the boom dance. Everybody was ready for the boom dance. We fucking loved it. I had my kids doing videos boom in 2018. It's clown shit now, but we were into it for real back.
Vic's defense made Nagy tolerable. Yeah.
Yo, he brought up 2018 today.
Give me that Coach of the Year back. Vic Fangio should have got it.
He brought up that they just need to get their swagger back, the energy they had back from OTAs. Shut the fuck up, bro.
He needs a life vest, bro.
No more talking from this dude.
That's a dude that's just flailing.
Yep.
Like, no more talking from this guy. I don't want to hear another fucking word until you say that I am giving up play calling. I want this motherfucker wearing a headset that does not work. B. Quinn's Field should, or he says at B. Quinn, Field should punch the shit out of Nick. But that's the thing, like, Fields is too good of a fucking guy. Like, he's not gonna crack. Like, people want to say that Fields is just gonna crack. Like, he's not. Like, this is a dude who had to watch Fromm take his fucking job, and he had to transfer, and he had to fight his way to be the starter in Ohio State. He got the Big Ten to fucking play football in the COVID year. This dude is tough as fucking nails. He's not going to get broken by this shit unless he physically gets broken by it. Mentally, he's not getting broken by this shit.
Ownership needs to do everything in their power to make sure this kid succeeds. Yeah. And if Nagy is fucking with that, he needs to be out of the fucking door. And if this is anything like you said, Jared, where there's any fucking hint that they found out this was done on purpose to prove a fucking point, fucking walk his ass out. Because this kid is the future. Do not fuck this up. This kid's good enough to bring in a real coach. Like good enough to get your organization together.
Yeah.
Do you know how much money this organization is going to make from him being successful?
They've already made a ton.
It's going to be, dude. Like this dude is a franchise changer. They can't fuck this up. They can't.
Well, they can. They're trying to.
It's just exhausting.
It really is.
It's exhausting.
I hope at the end of the year we look back on a day like today and be like, man, we were really ready to just sail it in, but they really turned it around. That's not happening.
No, but the problem is that
I mean, I feel bad for Justin. He was in his home. He's where he played college, right? Like there was people in the stands wearing freaking Fields College, like Ohio State jerseys. Like they were actually excited for him, and this is what you do. Like, man, like even the O-line, like okay, Nagy's play calling sucks, but show some fucking heart. You get your ass kicked, get back up and kick their ass. Like there was none of that, man. They're just soft. Like that the team's a reflection of the coach. I guess we're soft.
Yep.
But the defense, and it sucks because the defense was playing well enough and keeping us around. Like I'm tired of this motherfucker wasting a good defense. Like it's just sad. Like
you wonder how much that game changes though, if we have a competitive offense. Does their play calling change? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I felt at some points they probably could have taken shots, and maybe they felt like they didn't have to because it's like fuck, we scored 7, we're good.
I don't know. I think that's what Stefanski's offense is. It's really balanced. Like he wants Baker Mayfield throwing the ball like 25 times a game.
That's a smash mouth offense.
They got a great offensive line. They have 2 great running backs. They have Baker Mayfield.
They're 3 deep at running back. That Felton kid's going to be special, man. Yeah. Just as a change of pace.
I mean, the Browns were a way more talented team than the Bears on all sides of the ball. Let's be honest. They were.
Could you imagine Justin Fields being on their side of the field and us with Baker Mayfield? It'd be a wrap.
Oh, Baker Mayfield would be Cutler all over again. He'd be throwing interceptions like crazy. He would never – like Nagy would have him throwing 50 times a game. You know?
I mean, it'd be a wrap.
Oh, God. I mean, Justin's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the league, and he couldn't – I mean, the pressure was just all over. There's nowhere he could go. He'd try to bounce out. There's somebody there. Like
to our defense's credit, they got him 5 times.
Yeah. Dude, our defense, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was a good defensive effort. I know that they got tired at the end, but damn, they kept us in the game. As shitty as we were playing, we were 1 score away in the third quarter.
13-6 going into the 4th quarter.
With no offense.
0.
Right, and again, it's like that's why I'm not going to blame the defense off. And like it's just historically.
Like, since Nagy's been here, the offense has averaged like 18 points. We've been in the bottom of the league every fucking year.
Yep, it's time to go.
Like, has anybody in the history of everything ever done less towards what they were hired for than Nagy? Like Nagy was brought here for offense. He is
nobody does less with more than Matt Nagy.
Like, I do blame Pace because he is the
I blame
boss.
Pace. The offensive line shit is ridiculous.
Yes. But I still think that he has gotten, and we've talked about this ad nauseum, but he's gotten Nagy talent. I think Nagy has done nothing with it.
The O-line talent's questionable.
I mean, you see Anthony Miller scoring touchdowns, right? Like, you know, from Davis Mills.
Right. You currently have 3 second-round picks on the roster at the offensive line. You have a former first-rounder in Ifedi and Peters.
Fuck Ifedi, bro.
I'm just saying the draft capital was spent, right? Not by us on Ifedi, but on
look at their
and on Jenkins.
Look at their paychecks.
True.
I mean, you can see how good the offensive line is by their paychecks.
Jerry, we talked about that. Like, Ifedi struggled with Russ because you need to give a mobile quarterback more time. But what does he do with Fields back there?
Right.
Shits the bed.
True. And I thought it was just because he was more on the left than right, but you were right.
This is what's fucked up is that Peters ended up being the guy, but their plan was actually to make a rookie change positions and have him be the guy. Like, I'm not here to talk about fucking Charles Leno, but you see my best friend, my bestie, Mrs. Massey, was popping off on Twitter. Yeah, because Massey, shout out to him, ends up being the starting right tackle for the Broncos. And she tweeted, we're so happy to be Broncos. Basically. Like, bitch, you're not a Bronco. Number one, your husband is. Number two, okay, relax.
I mean, I absolutely hate Massey.
He couldn't stay healthy. Dude had vertigo. No. I mean, like, what were they supposed to do? That was the cut that was so obvious it wasn't even funny. I'm glad as hell dude is playing well. I hope he gets paid more. I hope he provides for his family. I hope he has generational wealth. I don't give a fuck about that. He had to be cut. Leno has literally gotten fucking Ryan Fitzpatrick killed. Like, so, they were in a bad spot. But what they did to replace it is just so ridiculous that spending the money that they spent on Robert Quinn and things like that when they should have been signing offensive linemen. I mean, you see what the Chiefs do when they need to rebuild their offensive line, right? They go out and they get every fucking top guy they can.
And speaking
of him for them this year either, though. Well, what? Well, they 1-2 or 2-1.
Yeah, but they'll be. They're going to be fine. They still have a lot of talent.
Yeah, I mean, like you talk about spending money, and I think that's if we want change, that's the way we force change. Stop spending money on this fucking team.
And look, if they had somehow pulled off
shit, stop. You know what I mean?
If they had somehow pulled off Trent Williams, we would be saying a whole different thing right now because Trent Williams is killing it. I mean, Trey Lance scored a touchdown that like literally I could have scored running behind Trent Williams. Like. Right. I mean, and supposedly they went hard after Trent Williams. If they had fucking gotten him, that would be a whole different story. But it's like ifs and buts, we're candy and nuts. Like, it's just, I'm sick of this shit. Like, I'm sick of fucking rehashing. I'm sick of fucking going, oh, if they had got this guy, they pass on this guy. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of fucking Chandler Jones. Every time I see Chandler Jones' name, I think about Shea McClellan, and I think about them taking Shea McClellan in front of Chandler Jones, and Chandler Jones is going to go in the fucking Hall of Fame, probably. Like, they chose Shea White Boy McClellan because, honestly, they wanted to try to replace the white hope that Urlacher was for this fan base.
My stomach gets sick every time I see Bruce Arians.
And because Bruce doesn't give a fuck and didn't win the meetings and wouldn't do a mock press conference because he's like, fuck you guys. We got weirdo fucking Tressman. Like
Bruce Arians would still be here.
Yes, probably.
Might even have a ring with us. Who knows?
Oh, he would have been a legend here. This city would have loved
Bruce.
him.
Yeah, Bruce Arians is fucking straight shooter too, and that's what they were fucking scared of. That's why Ted and these guys fucking love Ryan and Matt because Ryan and Matt like collaborate with them. They let them come and fucking play football owner for real. Like, I mean, but yeah, Bryson's pointing out draft misses. Yes, there's so many, man. There's so many.
This is why AA coaches do matter because they set a tone. This dude Nagy doesn't have that. He hasn't. It's like a rah shit, and it's cute, and he's friendly, and they've been able to clean up the locker room. So they, like you said, they got the good guys here, but like. I think the shit's starting to fall on deaf ears. Like it's just for us. I can't imagine what the players are dealing with.
Nobody is playing hard to save this guy's job again. They did that.
Allen Robinson's got to be absolutely pissed. And I know you don't.
He handled shit wrong, bro. Like,
why is he pissed here?
He
How
set
many
himself up.
receiving yards do you have?
He's just trying to get through the season and get his fucking check.
How open was he?
He doesn't care.
Good point.
He doesn't give
I'm
a
just
fuck.
saying, there's like what somebody said. There's like 115 receivers ahead of him in yardage right now.
Couple more. Yeah, well, couple more fucking losses. Like he obviously he wants to produce, right? Him and his stupid blocking ass agent. They're trying to get as many stats as possible, and they pay PFF to put out PR for them and tweets and all this shit. So yeah, but like I think in his heart of hearts, he's just hoping to stay healthy. Like he's just hoping at this point to stay healthy this season.
I mean, it might get to the point where we have to start, like they were talking, Cap was talking about today. We might have to start talking about trading guys to contenders.
I would. If Robert Quinn is back and somebody wants him, adios, bro.
I mean, they were talking Hicks, they were talking Mac. You know what I mean? Like,
fuck it. I take that place down to the studs and keep Fields and a few guys. It's like we started this thing with 5 fucking guys. Who's better, Bears, Steelers, or Bears? The Steelers. Even with Big Ben's old, he says, "Who's better, Steelers or Bears?" The Steelers are better. They are better. They have Mike Tomlin. They have T.J. Watt, who's young and in his prime. They have fucking Claypool. No, he's back. He came back.
Oh, is he?
And
okay.
Yeah. They have fucking Claypool. They have fucking I don't think they'll have Juju back, but they have. I mean, they have Nagy.
They have Rashad Coward.
Yes. The Steelers' offensive line is in trouble right now, and fucking Big Ben is more washed than washed, but they're still better. Like
they're better. They're just a better run organization,
and they fucking have. They have Mike Tomlin.
I'm jealous of their drafting. They just if a receiver gets really good, and see ya, we'll draft another one.
Yep, they just fucking keep stocking the shelves. Need another linebacker? No problem. Need another fucking like they just keep stocking the fucking shelves.
But they haven't figured out the offensive line though either. So let's be completely fair.
Completely fair. They've had like 20 years of competitive success.
Oh, they're spoiled as shit. Don't get me wrong.
It's comparing apples to oranges, man.
But right now, that offensive line they're just as bad, if not worse than us.
Okay, but they're still a better team. The question is, are they a better team? I think they are.
We're gonna find out November 8th.
Now, if they let me tell you this: if Andy Dalton was to go to the Steelers, Andy Dalton would kill it.
How much? What are they willing to give us for him?
Bro, I'll take fucking like I don't even care. I'll take some hot fucking Cheetos and a Baja Blast.
Would you take Najee Harris? And Monty?
In a heartbeat, of course. And over Monty, I don't fucking know. But I'm saying
no. I said with Monty, that'd be.
If you took Dalton and put him on the Steelers as they're currently constructed, the Steelers would win. Like, I'm amazed now that Dalton played as well as he did against the Rams, to be quite honest.
Yeah. our bar is so low. Yes, he played well. But,
no, he didn't. He didn't play well, but I'm amazed he played as well as he did.
Oh, no, I mean, the second game before he got hurt, he was playing well.
Yeah, for sure.
Once we see competence, it's like, oh my god.
But after seeing the way that offensive line looked, I'm amazed that Dalton would
bing.
Yeah, like I'm amazed. Like shit. I mean, maybe that's Fields literally had no time to do anything.
No.
But that's what Nagy
the game before we went, man. I'm just like,
but that's what Nagy wanted him to do. He was like, "This kid can run what I'm trying to run. We're gonna go with that." He really thought it was good to go.
Yeah, he had no design rollouts or anything. Like,
he really thought we could block him up front. And he really thought that there would be one-on-one. We can beat him.
But what did you see in the preseason? You dumb.
Just his thought. That was his line coach's thought.
That was his
Because
offensive
they're
pot.
They're smelling their own farts.
Yes.
They're reading all their fucking news clippings. They're letting PFF gas them up. This guy has the highest grade offensive line. This guy. Oh, the Bears offensive line's not that bad. This. Browns are like, oh, we're gonna see.
Yep.
Like, we're gonna see.
The shit they were doing with him in preseason. Some of it looked really good, and you saw none of that.
Yeah, and what like,
and like the comment in the chat, like hopefully this is a get right game for our offense because our defense had their get right game and they've been playing well since.
I almost don't, and this is fucked up. And somebody put this out on Twitter, and I was like, so conflicted because it's like, this is a time where it's like, do we even want fucking them to beat Detroit?
Yes, I want Fields to play well.
Would you rather have Matt Nagy or Dan Campbell?
Dan Campbell. Because I don't know what he is. I know what Nagy is. I don't know what Dan Campbell is. I think Dan Campbell might end up being, the next Tiger King.
If Justin looks good next week, though, I think you need to give Lisa the playbook and let Justin do his thing. But if Justin looks good, I don't really want like a coaching change midseason just for him. Like it's about him now in my mind, man. Like I want him out there. I want him playing well. I want him showing growth every week. The future is about Justin Fields. And I'm not just because I hate Nagy, I don't want to see Fields fail. I want to see Fields ball out.
No, I don't want to see Fields fail. My idea would be that Fields doesn't play and they just, trot Foles out there and he fucking loses. I
want Fields out there winning in spite of this ball-headed fuck.
I tell you what, though, I was watching fucking Good Morning Football today because I couldn't stand any more of the local shit. And I couldn't fucking stand this. I was just like, so I, fucking actually, like, I spend so much time thinking about only the Bears that you forget all the other shit that's going on in the league. And there's a lot of fucked up teams. Like, the Giants are a fucking mess. There's a lot of fucked up teams. There's a lot of teams with fucked up weird ownership. There's a lot of teams. It doesn't make it any easier for the Bears. It's just, we're not alone in being fucked. It's just so trash that
thank you for that, but it didn't help at all.
No, it doesn't. No, it didn't help me either, but it just made me like think about some other teams instead of this one and feel like a little less fucking, like I want to take the toaster in the bath. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I was a miserable prick today at work, dude, and I didn't even mean it.
Everybody, I was listening to Lawrence Holmes, and he's like, this team wrecks the city's mood like nothing you ever seen. And it was like
a dark cloud over my head all fucking day. Like,
bro, it was like 82 degrees and sunny, and I went out and looked at the sun, and I was like, "Fuck you!" Like literally, I was like, "Fuck this sun, bro." It was like fucking.
I was talking to my buddies about selling the Pittsburgh tickets because I'm like, I don't know if I want to travel this far for this shit. Like, it just put me in a fucking mood. I was contemplating. I was like, you guys really want to rule tonight? I don't want to talk about this fucking team.
Yeah, Bryson says he couldn't even enjoy having dinner tonight. Everything's fun. When the Bears win, everything's fucking great. When they lose, it's fucking horrible. But when they lose like that,
yeah, exactly.
When they lose like that, at least it wasn't on national television. That's the only thing I could fucking say that's redeeming. It's like, because normally it would be on national television that we got to see that shit. So it was like, because it wasn't like everybody's like, oh, what a great weekend of league action. And again, I was like, fuck you. Like,
I don't care about national television because I watched the game. It was on in my house.
Yep.
I know. But all I'm saying is, thank God it wasn't fucking on it, because it's like when that gets going, I mean, it's just it's just so fucking.
National media actually agrees with us.
Yeah, and
that's how bad it is.
Orlowski's just trying to win us back, though, man. He went hard in the paint.
Yeah, he has been, because he fucked up on Fields.
Yep,
but he's right. I mean, he's fucking right. The guy should go. He's a
Rex Ryan.
Rex Ryan's been on him. Like, this is not new.
He said, "I told you so." It's like fire Rex Ryan immediately.
You know, Stephen A. They actually played it back from last week, where he's like, "I wouldn't start Fields against the Browns, Myles Garrett, blah blah blah." Like, I'd wait for Detroit. That should be the game.
Well, and Boomer said on fucking Parkins and Spiegel, Boomer Esiason said, if they try to run what Dalton was running against the Browns with Fields, Fields is going to get killed. That's what he fucking said. He's like, if they try to do what they were doing with Dalton.
And they did.
That's exactly what they fucking did, and Fields got killed. Like,
no, Myles Garrett was like, we weren't even tricked. Like, we knew it was basically, they knew it was coming. Like,
yeah.
It was vanilla as fuck.
Clown. Nagy is a fucking clown. He sucks. He sucks out loud.
That picture of the Lamborghini in like in the carport in the shitty house.
It's exactly it. Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking just the worst, bro. It's so bad. It's so bad.
I agree.
It's so fucking bad. Like, and it fucking hurts. It's just so fucking.
Yeah, this one hurt.
You know, and then I'm watching fucking the Saints. Because my fucking restaurant is Saints Central on Sundays, and Saints fans are fucking loving life. Jameis Winston.
Didn't Dak's first pass Sunday? It was like more yardage than our offense had the whole game.
Yeah, I mean Aaron Rodgers, and I thought at least like for a minute last night I could be happy that Aaron Rodgers lost, but no, they left too much time.
Fuck. Man, I didn't want to watch that game. I was like, oh shit, it's close. I'll tune in. And I was like, fuck, 37 seconds left. I'm like, Rodgers has too much time. I've seen this shit so many times before.
Like, how do you have two guys, Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams? Everybody knows what's going to happen, and nobody can stop it.
We've been victim to it many times.
Do we
How
have
is that possible?
To the game?
What? I don't know.
Cairo Santos.
Myles Garrett.
Cairo Santos, Offensive Player of the Week, 2 weeks in a row for me.
Myles Garrett.
Give me some Robert Quinn.
Yeah, I was on a positive note. I was glad to see Robert start being active this season, man. Like he played a hell of a game. Best game I've seen in a Bears uniform. So,
absolutely.
Which is not saying much, but
sure, but he's showing something. Man.
Yeah, I'm glad. Hooray! He fucking is good. Hooray! Like, just so fucking little solace does that offer.
I hear you. It was a question asked.
I know. I agree with you. It's just fucking like, it's like, that's what I'm saying is like, this just robs joy from everything. Like, we can't even enjoy.
Yeah, this is. I haven't felt like this since the Parkey kick.
Like, Nagy,
completely honest.
Right up there.
Right, like, you couldn't even give us like a fucking 100-yard passing, 1 touchdown, 50 yards rushing, 1 rushing TD, some kind of respectable something. Like you couldn't even give us that. You had to go biblical failure. You had to go fucking historical horrors. Like you couldn't, like, I don't, that's what's fucking kills me is it's like, you know, remember when fucking they only let Mitch throw the ball 8 times like back in the day? That was better than this. That was much better than this because they ran the ball.
We had horses up front, though.
But they also had a commitment to run the ball.
When you're sitting in longer running the ball, life is a little easier to do that.
Nagy thinks running the ball is a change of pace between his fucking badass plays. That's all he thinks it is. He doesn't believe that it could be the bread and butter of offense.
Nagy needs to get his shit straight, and the first move needs to be laser calling plays. If he likes being a head coach, that's what needs to happen.
We'll see.
I don't know. It might be too late.
Who the fuck did they even play this week?
The Lions.
The Lions. Fuck. I mean, the Lions fucking hung right in there with the Ravens now.
They came back on the Niners,
and
too.
San Francisco.
Like, this is not a pushover Lions team, bro. If anybody thinks this is like some easy
if you don't think they
game,
see blood in the water right now.
Yeah. Deep attacking teams. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. No, Bryson, no. 2018, the Bears were one of the best deep attacking teams and run attack. No.
But didn't Mitch have like the best?
They didn't have a good run game. He had the most, whatever. He had the most fucking air yard, whatever. His deep ball accuracy was trash.
Yeah.
And they did not run the ball fucking well in 2018 at all. So, no, that's wrong. Absolutely wrong on all fronts. Like, the 2018 offense was fucking overrated as fuck. If you take away that Tampa game, it's like, get out of here. Fucking smoke and mirrors. I don't think that this game is. I'm not gonna pick the Bears to win this game. I can't.
I need to look. Yeah, I need to look into it more.
I think that the defense has a good chance of exposing Jared Goff because they've done that in the past. So I like to give them a good shot because of the defense versus the Lions and Jared Goff, and the Lions still have no real skill position players except Hawkinson of note. Swift is pretty good. I didn't see if Sony Michel's really making an impact yet.
Yeah, I haven't even dove into it yet, man, because we usually get into it Thursday. So,
but they got a good kicker. I know that. Jared Goff can do a few things.
If we can't score touchdowns, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah. They better fucking switch it up. I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised about anything because I'm too fucking battle tested as a Bears fan for that. But I will say that I wouldn't be shocked if Dalton starts. I wouldn't be shocked if fucking.
And he's not starting with that bone bruise. There's no way yet.
What if they fucking? I mean, I wouldn't put it past Nagy to fucking trump up. To be extra careful with Fields' hand injury and throw Foles to the Wolves.
Not if you saw what the TV camera caught. The offense isn't working.
Well, and it's like Dalton's right there, his buddy. Dalton's right there. Him and Foles, they know what's up.
Yeah, I mean, there was a report. I think there was a tweet I saw today. I think from the game where somebody was saying that like Nagy was overlooking. He wasn't even with Fields. It was all Dalton and Foles on the sideline.
Yeah. Because Nagy's fucking licking his wounds, pouting, so fucking pouting, bro. It's a bitch.
He's in over his head with the play calling. Hopefully,
he's in over his head with all of it. He's in over his head with all of it. The laser show, bro. Let's go, laser show.
Oh.
Fuck it. I mean, if they don't fucking do that, at least, man. I mean, I'm so fucking mad that we have to be like, we should be at least saying, okay, Fields had a respectable debut, but they lost to the Browns. The Browns are a better team. That's all I fucking wanted.
And Nagy doesn't owe it to the media to even announce the change. Just make the fucking change. I don't give a shit if I hear it or not.
But
we'll see it.
I know, but the fucking he feels he has to. He can't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he just needs to be short.
He's so interested in being their fucking friend, like in being liked. It's like, you know what, people like winning.
He's like, yeah, Brad, your shoes match your hat.
Yeah. Well, you little chit chat.
For the love of God, somebody ask a tough question other than Flows.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. Fucking somebody should ask him, why do you deserve to continue to be the coach of this team? What have you done that you feel makes you fucking still eligible and worthy of this job? And it's like, you just come up with some bullshit. Well, I really care. I think that we've made the playoffs, and I mean, I don't know if he even answer it, but it's like somebody needs to fucking hold his feet to the fire. Potash kind of went in on him a little bit.
Get the football after show crew in there, like Jer said.
Yeah. Yes. They won't let him in there though.
Let Cap in there.
Well, it's like even Sylvie, tried to go in the Zoom things, and they fucking shut him out. Like, because he started asking hard questions, and it was like, oh, we're not calling you anymore.
Yeah, that's the end of
So they're not going to let those guys in the scrum. Can you imagine fucking Alex Brown getting in there?
My God.
And the other thing is that those guys don't want to fuck up the gravy train either. It's one thing to say your shit on your little show. The Bears are fine with that. They know what's up.
I heard
But
they called
you come into the presser and cause a ruckus, they're gonna get salty.
They called Tillman after that missed Eddie tackle, and I guess Tillman went off.
And Tillman, and he should, because Tillman gave him a fucking credit for a peanut punch that wasn't even a peanut punch last week, and fucking gassing Eddie Jackson up. I mean, I felt like Dennis Green just fucking like Nagy is who we thought he was. Fucking Eddie Jackson is who we thought he was.
Well, Nagy's been who he's always been, eating off our defense and never proven that he's an NFL offensive coordinator.
BU, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, be somebody else, man.
I think he was just Andy's hamburger.
Yeah.
McDonald's reference.
Da.
Yeah.
He's working there.
You guys got anything else, man? Because
I'm
ready to go sulk in my own misery.
Yeah. Taking the toaster, making some toast in the bath. Woo! Man.
Sorry about the technical issues, guys.
Yeah, hopefully it's as awesome on Thursday as it was tonight.
Pew pew pew. Anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for fucking being in the chat. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate you guys. Keep your heads up. I would love to tell you that brighter days are ahead. I don't know if they are. Do what you do. Fan how you fan. Get mad if you want to get mad.
But we're on the same page. It's all about Fields.
Yeah, man. I just hope kids stay healthy. And it's just another episode of The Tailgate Show.
The misery.
The bullshit.
The same old Bears.
Bullshit.
Ah!